Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm Will Abbott, Head of Business Advisory at Randall Payne, and welcome to this edition of Business Bitesize. So today we're going to look at what I consider to be the four key things for success in your business. I'll just get them up on the screen. So business plan, financial plan, action plan, and personal plan. Those are the four pieces of the jigsaw that you need in place to drive the performance of your business and help you achieve your goals. So what do they all mean? Well, the business plan is simply asking the question about how you're going to win in your chosen market. And it needs some essential parts to that, but one is the purpose. So the purpose is really establishes why your business exists in the first place, why you're doing this. And the thing about purpose is it really is a fairly constant, and it helps us to sustain the business long term. So whether COVID pandemic comes along or not, or what else is happening in the world, our purpose should stay consistent, and it will help us sustain us and the business through these difficult times and through the good times, frankly. Another element of the business plan is the vision. So for me, a 3-year vision, what does a business look like in 3 years' time? Possibly 5 years if you can see that far ahead. Where are we going? What does this business look like in that time frame? And I think it's fair to say that all the businesses owners I've worked with and businesses I've worked with, there's always a vision. Somebody always has a vision of what the future is, but actually we don't always share that very well with the rest of the team. So you potentially end up then with a team of 5 people, all with a slightly different vision, all pulling in a slightly different direction. So having a clear vision that's understood between all team members, where everybody's pulling in the right direction, is clearly critical. And then competitive advantage, how are we actually going to win? And this is quite tricky to work out at times, which is where we can help you establish what that is. But it's critically important, again, to understand this properly, but not just to make the promise in terms of what your competitive advantage is, but actually to deliver on it. And I think that's probably where I see businesses fall down more often than not with competitive advantage. They make a promise, but what they actually try and deliver, their operations are set up to actually deliver something else. So it's having that consistency between what you promise and what you deliver. And those 3 things are key. And the competitive advantage is certainly key to sales and marketing. So sales and marketing, I think, is a big part of the business plan as well. Once you know what your competitive advantage is, getting that message out there and converting those opportunities into sales. So that's the business plan. Financial plan, again, the lifeblood of the business finance, of course, but I think it's slightly more than that. I think it's about forecasting and measuring the key numbers, and a lot of those numbers are going to be accountancy based, a set of accounts, but the accounts ultimately are only telling you about the outputs, the outcomes, and what did you achieve at the end. What we really want to be doing is forecasting so we can measure performance against that, but also digging back further into the business. So what's generating the sales, what's causing the profit to be at the level that it is, and then think about measuring some of those other key performance indicators as well. So it's not just about the numbers that are produced at the end, it is about digging back into the business and understanding the levers that we need to pull to generate those results. So that's a financial plan. It's interesting, actually. I saw a stat the other day, around 90% of SME businesses don't have a financial forecast, which I think is a massive opportunity, actually, to improve the way the business works simply by having that in place. The personal plan is more interesting. We're all people at the end of the day. We've all got our own personal goals and visions, and it's really important to understand that. And I think often this gets overlooked. We focus on our business, and we don't think enough about ourselves and our team. And I think there's a real challenge for us too as individuals, in that I often get asked or told that the reason the business isn't performing very well is because of the team. And I think actually often it's the individual, the leader, the business owner, that actually needs to think about their own role and what they're doing in the business and how they need to change first. It's too easy, I think, to point at the rest of the team and say they need to change, and there's the issues there. Often I think it starts with us, and I think often it's because we don't give enough weight to our own vision and our own goals and our own personal ambitions, what we want to do as individuals. So I think it starts with that. But this is very much also about the behaviours and skills that we need in ourselves and our team to make the business work. So if the business needs to change because it's not performing in the way that we want, often it's the people, including ourselves, that need to change first in order to have the right impact. So those, I think, are the three really important parts of the jigsaw. Of course, great having a plan. What we now need to do is implement it. So this, again, is the final piece of the jigsaw is the action plan. And I like to break the action down into various areas. So strategies, what are we going to focus on for the next 12 months is the first point. And then what are we going to do in the next 90 days? So 90-day rolling action plans, it's a good time frame, allows us to come back and review how the plans are going. Of course, we're going to catch up before the 90-day period, but the 90 days is a good time to review the strategies. How are we progressing with our actions towards those strategies? What problems have we hit? What things do we need to fix? What actions do we need to take in the next 90 days? What new skills and behaviors do we need to learn? So we're obviously going to learn a lot from implementing the action plan. It's not going to be perfect at day one. We're going to expose issues as we go along, but it's just about a learning process, setting the next 90-day actions into place, and then cracking on with it. So, seems fundamental to me, seems fairly straightforward that you need those four pieces of the jigsaw. We could debate all day about which other ones you want, but I think for me, those are the four key ones. If you have those in place and you start to implement some of the things that come out from developing those plans, you are definitely going to build a stronger business and move more rapidly towards achieving your goals. Anything in there that's of interest, please do get in contact. We're more than happy to have a conversation with you, demonstrate what we can do, how we can help, and then start moving you to a better place. Thank you.